While AI tools can be extremely helpful, I want to put a word of caution in here. If you're thinking of using AI, by all means, explore what's available out there and make an advised decision on that. But here's what I'd say. I had experience a few years ago of using an AI tool that helped grow my connections on LinkedIn. And it was with the intent to point people to a webinar that would lead to an online course. Well, that tool worked really well. I grew my connections significantly, but here was the problem with it. They weren't well qualified. The AI focused on some key words, and so my connections ended up getting bloated with people that weren't decision makers, that weren't good candidates for my mid or high ticket coaching program. They just weren't a good fit for the B2B clients I was after. And so over the years, I've had to prune away those who aren't active on the platform, who don't have a lot of connections, who aren't decision makers, who aren't ideal candidates for what I do. I had to trim those out, and I'm still actually trimming some of them out to this day. So here's what I would say about AI. Before you use it, you've also got to train it. So you really have to have clarity on who's an ideal prospect for you. If you haven't built a persona of who an ideal client looks like, an ideal prospect, if you use AI, you're going to get results, but what if you get thousands of results and a fraction of those are well qualified? Now you've got so much to go through that might not get you the return. What you really want to do before you use AI is do the work that I'm talking about. You need to do the customer discovery process. You've got to know who your personas are for your ideal client, ideal clients. It would be better to have 20 ideal client prospects than 1,000 who knows prospects. They could use what you have. You really want to get laser focused on who the personas are. You need to have clarity on who your best prospects are. Your ideal candidates should be there. That's where you want to have that work done first before you use AI, because you've got to train it. And if you're going to train it, you got to know what you're training it on. It's got to be as dialed in as possible. A friend of mine uses AI regularly, and he uses it, one of the ways, to create images, to express in a picture how he's feeling, what he's experiencing in life. And he's learned you have to be so specific with the nouns and the adjectives and the expression and what you want to feel in order for that picture to, as accurately as possible, reflect how he feels. The more specific he is in all of the words, the more words he uses to describe the picture he wants, the better result he gets. It's the same thing for your LinkedIn. You've got to be dialed in on who your ideal prospects are before you use any AI tools. Do the work first, then use AI to go after your ideal prospects. Your return is going to be so much better if you do the work on the front side first.